So, what is this scheme? The map, there are various maps here, but basically the areas in red, outlined in red, are going to be under solar panels and battery energy storage schemes and grid connection. And then there's a grid connection corridor that will march northwards up the A11 corridor to Burwell South, and that's 16 kilometres of new pylons that will have to go in. So that's 1,500 hectares, to give you an idea. That's the size of Heathrow Airport, and I think somebody said today it's the size of Cambridge City. So this is a huge development, and there are lots of these. There are 50 odd of these being proposed around the country at the moment. So one of the things that really concerned me when we first heard about this is how are they going to build it? And from this map, there's the A11, the red line there, and then these three areas, A, B, C. Somehow they've got to get all of these trucks and the construction site into the land. How are they going to do it? Well, they could come off the A11 and they could come down through Bolsham, and they could go through the middle of Bolsham and up through West Ratting and onto Western Colville. That's one route that they could take. Or they could come into Bolsham and they could go up Fox Road, which is the Icknield Way, basically an ancient route that they could tarmac that over and turn that into a proper road, and then they could build out the construction that way. I think that's less likely. Or they can come in through 6 Mile Bottom Road off the A11, and they could bypass Bolsham completely, but they would have to get round a road that is just not fit for traffic. They're talking about 750 truck movements per day for 3 years. Or, and here I think is one of the most likely routes, is they come off the A11 at the Camgrain exit, and then they can come onto the site, land area B, past Camgrain, onto the wind farm access roads, and they use those access roads and build a new road across the middle of the fields up to Honey Hill and then into West Ratting and beyond. I think that would bypass Bolsham, but it would not bypass West Ratting and Western Colville. Obviously, they have to get there. So there are all of those, or they could have all of those options. We have no idea until they put the plan. So a little glimpse of what that construction might look like. This is Sunica. This is where they're just beginning to put up the fences and rows of solar panels. So for a while it looked like a building site with drainage ditches, and it would start to transform the landscape into an industrial landscape. Some of the panels, so the panels there are only sort of 2.5 metres high. The ones that they're proposing around here will be up to 3.5, 3.9 metres high, as tall as this building, and probably look a little bit more like that. We have no idea till we see the designs. This is a montage of photographs that we took from the Fleam Dyke Path. This is land area B, all the way from the wind farm, going all the way round to Grange Farm. All of that land could be under solar panels, all of it. And the road, that access road, new road I talked about, would go through the middle of that field at the top there, up to Honey Hill. So this is one part of the scheme that could be affected. There's a whole heap more. So from Western Colville, this is some drone shots from Western Colville looking west. You can see the wind farm in the distance. You can see Western Colville and West Ratting. Just see Bolsham. Of course, you can't even see the A11 here, but everything from the foreground to beyond the wind farm is going to be under solar panels.